clean questions and clean language is so empowering and enriching, and helps people to discover from themselves resources and skills and abilities that they've lost sight of or they've never fully realized. So that's part of it. Also, my bit, the crafty listening, is I like acronyms. So that's a factor. I like acronyms. I admit it. And also, for me, that's the qualities in the crafty, to be curious and to be skillful. One of the skills of curiosity, for me, is asking questions. Not necessarily out loud, so asking questions. And so clean language just makes asking questions internally and externally, again, richer, easier to bring things forth, and so on. So, and although I'm not an entertainer, I'm a bit of a performer, so I like an answer, so that kind of brought me here as well. Yeah. And also that clean language and the whole crafty model go together fantastically well, and they can be used anywhere by people I work with, parents, teachers, teams, architects, managers, life coaches, drug workers, even a little bit of the crafty approach. And it's really about the craft, by the way, as opposed to just being crafty. It's about the craft of listening. Yeah. And so just anybody, I'm just trying to think almost of somebody who couldn't benefit either from knowing a little bit about this. So with a lot of the parents and families I work with troubled teens, at the very least, there's more. I want the parents to grasp simply, at least, what kind of, I hate you, what kind of hate, with genuine curiosity, and anything else about. If that's all they take, even if they do it uncleanly, but just to have that moment of not reacting, and with genuine curiosity asking that question, amazing changes come from nothing more than that. Nothing more than that. Just phenomenal changes come intergenerationally. Teams in conflict. I work with mediators, bringing that into the mediation, and not the whole of clean, just a couple of clean questions, and genuine curiosity. And even without the genuine curiosity, it can still have a positive effect. So all of that, it's lovely. It's marvelous. It is. Yeah. Take a look on YouTube for something on clean language. Search for something that may fit in with your particular role or model or job. Just have a look at a couple, and the more you don't understand it, let that turn into a sense of wonder. I wonder, and then come along and try it out. Just explore it, because above all else, it's fun. For me, one of the things I like most about this kind of stuff is I cannot imagine, well I could, but I can't imagine ever again finding another human being boring. And again, if someone came to this and has to attend lots of boring meetings, you could sit there just paying attention silently instead of being bored, and see how fascinating even boring people can be, not at the level of content, but all this kind of stuff, these kind of questions, this kind of mismatching and missing the point and so on, that causes so many of our interpersonal, intercultural, international problems. That people don't listen, don't wonder, don't ask, mind read, second guess, presuppose, without checking it out. And checking it out, what kind of? I'm really angry with you. What kind of angry? And a lot of people, initially, that sounds sarcastic or mocking. It's not, and it can do, but people will get past that, especially if you're genuinely curious. That will register on people. For me, it's a little bit like, there's a fantastic question to ask 4-year-olds and younger, which is, what's a rainbow for? And the answers they give are wonderful. It's just wonderful. And it's a bit like that. the sense of wonder, just looking at a rainbow, which I think many adults have as well. And it's so, for me, it's a bit like that there's so many things happening, and there's just so much happening, and there's the sun and the rain. As one child said, well, it's nothing, it's not really for anything, it's what happens when the sun and the rain play together. And for me, that I don't find meetings boring, even though I know some of the people talking, let's say, are boring. So it's like the rainbow. It's like there's all these differences, and another child said to me, well, it tells you where the pot of gold is, but there's no point looking for it because if you get near, the rainbow moves. And it's a bit like that. So I'm not trying to make sense of, or it's just here I am anyway, and here's all this happening, and how can I be fascinated by it rather than get caught up in the negativity. So that's the short answer to your question.